Hi everyone, welcome back. So for today, we're going to be walking through another Codewars problem. This is a 7 KYU. It is the problem square every digit. So the instructions say that you're asked to square every digit of a number and concatenate them. For example, if we run 9119 through the function 811181, will come out because 9 squared is 81, 1 squared is 1, so it will be 811181. So it gives another example done here as well. And so a key here is that it accepts an integer and it also wants this returned as an integer. So to start off here, essentially there's going to be a couple of for loops that I'm going to do. Again, I'm still a beginner, so I'm not using probably the most concise code, but it is code nonetheless that will work. So the first thing is I'm gonna initialize just an empty string to iterate the numbers that we have and put them in a list. So what I mean by that is, so I have list num, and then for x in num, I want to make a list of essentially the numbers. So list.num, append integer x. So what this will do is it will take all of the numbers that we have and put them in this list, and it'll be 811181, for example. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is actually square those numbers. So I've kind of created a list that I can iterate through, and then within this for loop here, I'm going to square each of the numbers. So list square num equals, and then for each integer number that I have in the previous list, so in this list up above, I want to square it. And then within this as well, I'm going to go ahead and make this a string because down below, that's one of the kind of requirements or kind of issues that I ran into, is that I needed to make this a string to append it to this information. So next, I'm gonna essentially create kind of an empty string here that is equal to the concatenated numbers. So it's going to be named integer square number, and what it's going to do is it's going to now make this an integer, and it's really just going to join each of the numbers in this list together. So for example, this list is now going to, if we had 9 up above, this is going to put 9 in that list, and then this is going to take 9 and square it and put it in this list. And then this list is essentially, or this string is really going to take all of the numbers in this list and concatenate them together. So like I said, this is probably not the simplest way, but it is the way that I have found that works. So if you have a simpler way, feel free to comment or use that. So just double checking that everything looks good here, and again using the join function to essentially concatenate the numbers from this list up above, which are the squared numbers, and this again just gets our numbers in a list format. And we're going to return the string, which is really an integer. That's why this is put in parentheses in an integer. So I think we should be good here. I'm going to go ahead and test it. I did get an error, so let's see what that is. My list num, oh, I didn't even set an equals. Okay, so it's testing again. Object int is not iterable. In line 4, Oh, okay, I know what I did here. I didn't make this. So to iterate through something, it needs to be a string. Like it's saying here, you can't iterate through an integer type, and we're given integers to begin with, so need to go through and add the string to my number. And then I'm gonna append the integer there, so that hopefully should resolve it. And there we go, pass the test case. And I'm gonna go ahead and attempt it, and it passed again. I won't submit because I've already submitted this, but there's the solution. A little bit rocky towards the end, but we made it through.